Well, thank you so much for helping me out here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for being interested in the profession.
So to begin, what's your current job and how long have you been doing it?
My current job is at a middle school. I am a 7th grade civics teacher, and this is actually my 5th year.
And how did you land the position?
When I was in college, I had to do my internship, which was a semester long, and I had to go there 5 days a week, just like a regular teacher would, and I taught the class. While I was in my internship, I got to know my students and the staff, and the principal was in my room frequently, seeing my how I was teaching the students. And after I graduated college, there weren't any positions open, and I had a really hard time finding a teaching position, so I went and did something totally unrelated to teaching. About a year later, the principal from the school I did my internship at, he called me saying that there was a social studies position open and asked if I wanted it, and I was very excited, and he hired me then because he had already seen how I was with the students when I was in my internship.
And what do you enjoy most about your job?
I definitely enjoy working with the students. 7th grade can be a difficult age, but they are very rewarding. I enjoy sharing my love of social studies with them. I really do enjoy the subject that I teach, and I enjoy trying to help them when they have difficulty learning a certain topic or understanding a concept.
Would you say you work in a more team or independent environment at your school?
At my school, we are very team oriented. We have what are called PLCs, which are professional learning communities. And what we do is we get together as a department. So as a social studies department, we'll get together and collaborate on ways to teach the students. Even though we teach different subject areas, we still can use different strategies with our students that the different grade levels have. I also have PLCs with my actual grade level, my other civics 7th grade teachers, and we collaborate on how to teach students and prepare them for the state assessment.
And do you think there are any advantages or disadvantages with working with the other teachers?
I definitely think that there are both. In my school, I'm very lucky in the fact that the other teachers, we work really well together, and we collaborate, and we're willing to try new things. On the flip side of that, like I said, I don't have this with my group, thankfully, but you can have some strong-willed people, some people who are not willing to take criticism or to try new things, and that can be very difficult when you're trying to work as a team and you have common goals. So in our case, our common goal would be getting our kids to a level that they need to be in order to, pass whatever grade level it is, or pass a state assessment, or just simply understand the concepts. And it works a lot better when your team is willing to work together.
And what do you like least about your job?
Right now, what I would like least about my job would be the pushing on assessments of the kids. It does get overwhelming on them, and sometimes the fun gets sucked out of teaching because you have to make sure that they are ready for a certain test coming up. And, when those tests come, when testing season comes at school, sometimes the school shuts down and the kids get worn out. So that's definitely what I like least about my job, but obviously there are a lot more perks than there are negative things, so that's why I'm still teaching.
Now, during the summertime, because teachers are off, or is there anything that the school offers that you can do during the summer before school starts up again?
Do you mean as far as what I can do or what the kids can do?
What you can do, any jobs that you can work during the summer?
We did have a program that we had during the summer, but unfortunately because of funding it had been cut. But a lot of the teachers, they work this program during the summer. It's like a summer camp. It's still based on education. The kids still learn concepts and they do schoolwork, but it's more fun than it would be during the regular school year. But unfortunately this past year they had to cut that program because of the funding for it.
Do you need to renew a teaching license or anything like that in order to continue teaching?
Yep, you have to renew your teaching license every 5 years. I'm actually up for mine this year. I have to get that done. But thankfully, through the county, they have professional development that you do all the time. So they'll have professional development days that we do, and we have to take certain training, and they'll require us to do things, whether it be at our school or we have to go to another school for training. So there's plenty of opportunities to get the hours you need to renew your certificate.
So what was your major in college?
My major in college was social studies education, and I got it from UCF. And it's based on, we had, social studies classes, obviously, to learn the content that we would be teaching, but a lot of it was strategies to use in the classroom and to understand, where the education system came from and where is it going.
So what was your education path that brought you to your job?
Well, I graduated from high school. I started out at Valencia. I actually have an AA from Valencia in psychology. I was wanting to be either a psychologist or a psychiatrist. I wasn't sure at the time. Teaching had always been in the back of my mind. It was something that in high school I thought that I wanted to do. But then when I got to college, I started thinking of other things that I might like. So that's why I took this psychology path. But then I transferred over to UCF, and I went to their education college, and I saw what they were about, and really education sparked back up in me that I really wanted to be a teacher. And I've always loved history. I love social studies, and obviously psychology is part of the social studies, the social sciences, so it did fit in there. But after I went through the UCF program, I did my internships. I did it in a high school, and then I had my second internship at the middle school, which I never thought I would like the middle school, but it turns out I really loved it after I did my final internship, my senior internship there. And when I graduated, like I said, there weren't any jobs open, and a year later I got the call from the principal from my internship asking me to come back and teach there. So like I said, I've been there ever since, and it's definitely opened my eyes to a lot of things, to understand where the students are coming from and trying to teach the different styles. But it is a very challenging profession, but very, very rewarding.
And do you need a bachelor's to be able to teach, or do you think it would be easier to get into the field with a master's?
You do obviously need a bachelor's to teach. You do need your certificate. Master's in Florida is not required. I don't think it would necessarily be easier to get a job if you had a master's. You do get paid a little bit more. When I first started out, I think my starting salary was $36,000, but if you had a master's, I believe it was $2,000 or $3,000 more. So you get paid a little bit more each year. I don't know if that would necessarily make it easier for you to get a job. I only have a bachelor's, so I'm not really sure about that.
All right, thank you very much. I really appreciate you taking out the time to talk to me.
Thank you.